Good afternoon. I am Armando Cuellar Jr., President of the Weslaco ISD Board of Trustees. This special board meeting is being conducted pursuant to Governor Greg Abbott's suspension of certain open meeting law requirements to the extent necessary to allow for telephonic and video conference meetings in response to COVID-19. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for at least 72 hours. The board is meeting by the use of Google Meets and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public during public comments. A recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. The time now is 12:11, and I call this meeting to order. I'll now begin the roll call for each board member by name. Signify your presence by saying present or here. Jackie Sustaita. Andrew Gonzalez.
Present, Coach.
Dr. Jaime Rodriguez.
Present.
Coach Jesse Trevino. Mr. Nieto will not. And Mr. Mark de los Santos.
Here.
And myself, Armando Cuellar. Let the record show that a quorum of board members are in attendance. Item 3, public comments. There are none. Takes us to item 4, discussion and possible action to approve an interlocal agreement between Weslaco Independent School District and the City of Weslaco regarding the proposed regional detention facility at B. Garza Middle School, and to authorize the board president to execute any related documents. Dr. Canales.
Board of Trustees, back on October the 8th, 2013, our district and the Board of Trustees at that time approved a drainage detention easement to the City of Weslaco for the future expansion of Sugarcane Drive between Border Avenue and Westgate Drive. The need for additional water detention capacity has presented itself. We do have floods in our city. We've had 2 since 2018 that I am aware of where our neighborhoods flood and some of our schools may flood. The City of Weslaco has approached the school district with a request for additional property to expand the existing detention pond. The expansion area requested, approximately 9 acres, increases the total detention pond area to approximately 18 acres. As per the proposed interlocal agreement being considered, the district will allow the city to construct a regional detention facility on our property. Once constructed, the district will have full use of the property. The city shall construct the regional detention facility in accordance to the specifications outlined by the district, and the district shall grant the city full use of the regional detention facility as necessary to retain excess water. The city, as part of the plans and specifications for the regional detention facility, shall install and maintain a fence of not less than 4 feet in height to provide for the security of the said property. The district may, but does not have the obligation to secure such area at such times in its sole discretion. The city shall pay for all improvements to the property pursuant to the specifications of Weslaco ISD. We have had meetings and walkthroughs have been held, conducted related to the proposed potential detention facility. A copy of the proposed interlocal agreement and the proposed regional detention facility layout are enclosed. The interlocal agreement has been reviewed by District Legal Counsel. You know, online today, we do have Mr. Oscar Riojas, Mr. Americo Garza. We do have Mr. Bettis, our city manager, and several city officials. We also have Mr. Rebolloso, the principal of B. Garza Middle School, which is where the detention facility will be. And we also have Ms. Vanderveer, the elementary principal with the campus near B. Garza, online if you should have any questions. So we are recommending that you consider to approve this interlocal agreement between Weslaco Independent School District and the City of Weslaco for the proposed regional detention facility at B. Garza Middle School, and authorize our board president to execute any related documents.
I move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Andrew Gonzalez.
I'll second.
And second by Mr. De Los Santos to approve the interlocal agreement between Weslaco Independent School District and the City of Weslaco regarding the proposed regional detention facility at B. Garza Middle School, and to authorize the board president to execute any related documents. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, Coach. I'd just like to say, I'd like to thank the city for reaching out to us, number one. Number two, for being open-minded, and the rest of this board. The proposed land that they wanted was directly behind one of our elementary schools, and we worked together to find a solution to even double the capacity of what was asked by us from the city. And so again, to the city and the city officials and the engineers, the project looks great. I hope that we don't have any flooding issue down the road, but if we do, as we have in the past, I think this has and will save many more homes in the surrounding areas.
Thank you, Andrew.
Coach Rojas, I just wanted to, just reassure, everybody involved, can you explain or make sure how we're going to make sure the areas that are going to be used will still be useful for our students?
Yes, sir, Dr. Rodriguez. Good afternoon, Mr. Coach Cuellar, board president, and Dr. Canales, and members of the board. So to answer the question, this project is obviously extremely important for the surrounding communities, and so also important to us is the use of the property, so that our student athletes and our students in general can continue to work or use the field. So with this project, I think it's going to be critical that we just work together, and then we just communicate, and that we look at the diagrams, look at the size. What are the sizes that we desperately necessarily have to have a full-fledged football or soccer field, things of that nature. I think if we work together, it can be a win-win situation for everybody, sir.
Right. So all these areas will still be useful and used by our students at those schools, correct?
Yes, sir. That's the idea, is to use the areas. Obviously, when it's flooded, we won't be able to, but while they're not flooded, the idea is to continue to use the areas that we use for our programs. We have baseball, softball practicing out there. We have, of course, football. We have soccer. We have even some golf. So we're blessed with open property, so it lends itself for the kiddos that like to drive the balls, and or coaches to practice their outfield, things of that nature. So,
And
but the idea is to continue to use it.
yeah, and of course, going to serve the dual purpose of relieving some of the flooding in that area.
Yes, sir.
That we've had in the past. Now, another question that I did have was the 4-foot fence. Is that adequate? Do we maybe need a plan on it maybe being a little higher than 4 feet?
Was that?
No, we just, this is Mike Pettis. We just put 4 foot as a minimum. Whatever
As
the
a
school
minimum,
district wants, that's what we're going to build.
Yeah, I agree with Dr. Rodriguez about that. You do state that it's not going to be less than 4, but preferably I'd like something in there that's going to be a little more secure for obvious reasons. And then again, reinforce the importance of having the availability of the area that's going to be used for this project to be usable the majority of the time. Because, when we do have the unfortunate catastrophic events with flooding, they don't last for a long time. And the majority of the time, those fields are going to be required for different reasons, in particular for extracurricular activities. So we want to make sure that we don't have to compromise that in any way, form, or fashion, because the original design on a previous project left us a little short on the usability of one. So it's also my understanding that will be corrected. Am I?
That's correct. Yes, sir, that's correct.
And through this whole process, our school district will be involved to assure that things are going to be done. and that we come out of this thing with a very positive win-win situation for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Well, go ahead, sir.
Mr. Jesse Trevino just joined the meeting at 12:19.
1219, Mr. Trevino, welcome.
I was just going to say that I'd like to make a statement and thank everyone that's involved in this project. I know that, like many other people, we've driven through that area in the last couple of floods, and we've seen the devastation. We've seen people having to take furniture out of their homes and repair homes and sheetrock, et cetera. So the city and the school being able to partner in this initiative, it's a very productive thing, not only for the students in the classroom, but also for the surrounding community and the homeowners. And I'd also like to thank also the campus administrators from Kleckler Elementary and B. Garza, because they also participated, and their input was a big factor as well too, moving forward with this decision. So I'd like to thank them as well too in participating in this initiative as well. So just that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Santos. Coach Trevino, do you have anything?
Coach Cuellar.
Yes, sir.
Mr. De Los Santos had brought up something. The dirt, Mr. Perez, that is going to be dug out of there, are we able to keep some of that dirt? According to Mr. De Los Santos, you know, it might be able to be used out at our maintenance for raising some of the areas. So do we have, I know it's our dirt, but will it be able to be dumped over wherever we need to be?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, Coach Trevino, did you have anything to bring to discussion? Okay, then, let's bring it to a vote. Signify your approval by saying aye when call your name. Mr. Andrew Gonzalez,
Aye.
Dr. Jaime Rodriguez,
Aye.
Coach Ed Trevino, Mr. Mark De Los Santos,
Aye.
and I also, the chair votes aye. Motion carries. Okay, now we go to item 5, adjournment.
I'll move.
The time now is 12:23, and this meeting is adjourned.